everyone, happy Valentine's Day. My name is Chef Katy and I'm here in Mac's Food Studio, and today I'm going to show you how to make surf and turf for your Valentine's Day date. To accompany the surf and turf, we already made some couscous. If you're curious on how to make that, we have a separate video for you to watch on our YouTube channel, so go check it out. But let's get started on these lobster tails. A lot of people are intimidated by lobster, and I'm here to eradicate that. It's fairly simple. All you have to do is start by picking up your lobster tail, and you're just gonna find the top of where the shell starts with your shears, and then just simply cut along the top. Shears came apart. One moment. Okay, perhaps more than one moment. All you're gonna do is take your shears, find the top part of the shell, and then you're just gonna start cutting through the shell. You wanna follow it all the way down until you can't really feel meat anymore, which it seems like we just hit that. Good job, everyone. We're gonna do the other one now. And I know fish is delicate, but you don't really have to worry. If it's not coming apart, shove it in there a little bit more, get the job done. I believe in you. All right, so as soon as you have the shell cut, you're just gonna try to open it up very slightly. And then you're gonna take a sharp paring knife, starting where you last cut, and then insert the tip of your blade into the meat and just cut down until you feel the bottom part of the shell. The meat is super delicate, so it should cut no problem for you. And then after that, you're gonna put it in a cake pan. Boop. You could realistically fit probably like 6 lobster tails in a 9x13 cake pan if you really wanted to. But in this case, we're just making 2. All right, we cut all the way down. Perfect. So now we have our lobster tails in the cake pan. We're just gonna fill the very bottom of the cake pan with a little bit of water. We're gonna cover it in tin foil and then put it in a 425-degree oven for about 20 to 27 minutes. You're just looking for when this flesh turns from opaque to white. All right, let's get it done. All right, let's cook this adorable heart-shaped ribeye and make a garlic thyme basted butter sauce. All right, so we're gonna start by turning the temperature up to medium-high heat. All right, and then we're taking all of this butter. Yes, if you're gonna cook a steak in a fry pan, pardon the tongs, you want a lot of butter. All right, now that the butter is melted, you can see it's starting to sizzle a little bit, which means it's time to add our meat. Let's do it. So you're just gonna pick up your steak kind of in the center with some tongs and very gently, whoa, not like that. You're gonna put the far side on one side of the pan. You can kind of hear it starting to sizzle. That's a good sign. We did season the butter with like a little bit of salt. It's a slight sizzle, but it's not gonna sear the way I want to. So I'm actually gonna increase the heat all the way up to high. And then we're gonna season this side with salt and sear it on both sides. Okay, so we can see how the steak started to seize up quite a bit here. In the middle, it all kind of just condensed a little bit. Also, the butter started to turn brown, which is a really good sign. So now, let's pick it up and let's flip her. We're gonna very gently press down the sides and then just let it cook on this side for about 2 to 3 minutes. And then we'll test to see if it's at medium rare yet. All right, friends, so we're gonna flip our steak one more time. Spread it out, and now it looks good. It's almost to medium rare. It's still a little bit rare. You can tell it's gonna feel like a rare steak. When you consolidate your thumb to your pointer finger, this will feel like a medium rare steak. So when you poke here with your pointer finger and thumb like this, that's how the steak should feel. And honestly, it's just on the cusp of becoming like that. After we take it from heat, it'll cook for an additional 3 to 5 minutes as well. So I know it's time to take the steak out. So we're gonna reduce the heat down to medium because we still wanna keep the pan nice and warm to make the garlic thyme butter sauce. But we're gonna take this off and put it on a plate. Perfect, it's curved anyways. All right, now let's make our butter sauce. So we're gonna first add our thyme in. I do like to kind of scrunch up the thyme in my hands a little bit. Step back, it will pop at you just because butter does have a little bit of liquid in it. And then same with the garlic. The fresh garlic will also have some liquid into it, so just take a step back. If it starts to splatter at you, that's okay, it's normal. We're gonna give it a little bit of a stir. Kind of scraping at the bottom of the pan too. If you're doing this in a non-stick pan, do not scrape the bottom. What's releasing on the bottom of the pan is called fond, and fond is flavor. So we wanna make sure we release all of that beautiful goodness. All right, the garlic is just starting to change color. So we're gonna take it off heat and we're gonna pour it over our steak. All right, so we have our butter sauce here. We're gonna just take it and pour it all over our steak. And then just place the fried thyme right on top. We'll let that sit for about 5 minutes, then we'll slice it up. All right, so let's make the sauce for the lobster. We're gonna take a lot of butter again. It's Valentine's Day. We can eat a lot of butter, right? We're loved. All right, and then as soon as it starts to melt down, we're gonna be adding the garlic. And then at the very end, when we take it off the heat, we're just gonna add a squeeze of lemon, a few pinches of salt to taste, and then we'll pour it over our finished lobster. All right, so we just made the steak and lobster for our Valentine's Day dinner. And if you can't see, it looks like something you'd get at a restaurant. For a fraction of the price in an intimate setting at home. I'm so excited to try this. Let's see how it all is together, hey? Oh my gosh, this steak is literally falling apart. Bit of couscous in there. Oh yes. Buttery and salty and balanced and yummy. Acidity from the couscous. I'm so excited to eat the rest of this. I'm drinking it tonight with an Axbridge Syrah that I got at the wine store called The Cove right by Mackenthun's. Oh my gosh, you can pick up everything you need for this dish right over there. Dig in like I'm about to. Have a great Valentine's Day.